ESPN?
You're watching ESPN's Feast Week presented by Lowe's. Welcome back to the 2022 Myrtle Beach Invitational. It's a matchup we expected to see on day 2, but maybe not on the loser's side of the bracket as Boise State gets set to take on Loyola Chicago. Our championship is set, but on the consolation side of things, these two teams fighting for a spot for the 5th place contest on Sunday against Colorado at 7 Eastern on ESPN News. The 7th place game at 4:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus. Alongside the former Baylor guard King McClure, I'm Chucky Kemp. King, it's really just two teams, I think, talented, probably going to be pretty good in the end, but they're trying to figure things out right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Boise State yesterday. They really struggled to score. I think they went on a run, a drought for 9 minutes where they could not get a bucket. Same thing with Loyola. I mean, certain times their issue was turnovers. So Boise State really struggled to score. Loyola struggles to take care of the basketball. Who will overcome their struggles?
Now, can Boise State get the reigning Mountain West Freshman of the Year going, and Tyson Dagenhart? We'll find out tonight.
Tyson Dagenhart played well, and he's really a guy who can be extremely versatile. He can step out and shoot the tray, but in the low post, he has great footwork, great touch around the rim. Split the double team yesterday, had a lot of big plays. He was one of the few people who actually saw the ball go in from the three-point range. But on the other side, oh my goodness, Philip Alston put on a show. They took an L, but this guy right here did what he was supposed to do. I mean, offensively, defensively, the motor that he plays with, the highlight reels, the dunk after dunk. Philip Alston is a guy that you need to keep your eye on, and frankly, I do not know if Boise State has an answer for him.
It's the third all-time meeting of these two programs. Both sides have won one. This is for the advantage in the series. Some momentum heading into Sunday. Loyola starts with it. No changes in their starting lineup. First shot up and good. That's a great sign for St. Thomas.
St. Thomas had a few yesterday that were just a little bit long and just didn't look like they were in rhythm. So like you said, Chucky, that's a great sign.
One change in the Boise State starting 5. Lucas Milner out, Najee Smith in, who has been a key piece off the bench, but finds his way into the starting lineup.
Chucky, I like that. I like Najee Smith starting because you need somebody to be able to match Austin's energy. And I think Najee Smith can do that pound for pound. Milner is more of a true big, struggles to guard. And when you have Austin on the perimeter, I don't know if Milner can really stay in front of him, so I like the switch.
First foul on Tom Welch and the first turnover for Loyola. Can they somehow put a bandage on those troubles? Back cut, Abo with the finish. The feed from Dagenhart, who's off to a really nice start.
That's a good sign. I mean, Boise struggled to score yesterday, and 2 quick buckets on the first 2 possessions. It's a good sign.
Nice shot from Norris, and Drew Valentine was all over Philip Alston on the way down the court. Not sure what it was, but he was not happy.
And we noticed that yesterday too. Coach Valentine coaches Austin real hard. In the start of the second half, Austin wasn't playing hard enough to his liking, so he pulled him. Sat him only for about 15, 20 seconds. But he coached him hard, got him right back out there, and got his message across.
First foul on St. Thomas, and Max Rice is headed to the line. There's Drew Valentine's second season. His brother Denzel, who had a tremendous career at Michigan State, drafted by the Chicago Bulls in the 2016 draft in the first round. He's kind of been in the NBA, but in the G League right now. But it's one of those things Drew talked about when we were talking about it relating to players. He said, I got some guys in the league that have been there and done that I can bring in, and his brother's one of them. That these guys can look at and aspire to be like. Norris. Edwards first off the bench for Loyola, misses his first attempt. Boise State gonna push it here with Marcus Shaver.
I'd like to see Shaver be more aggressive. Yesterday, he wasn't as aggressive as I would like. I mean, there were times where Boise really struggled to score, and I thought that Shaver could be looking for his own a little bit more because he is the engine of this team.
Tyson Dagenhart looking for his own right now, off to a great start, 4 points and an assist. Quinn, right hand, soft touch. Well, this is a much better start for Loyola offensively. They had 11 at the half yesterday, already at 7 here in less than 3 minutes. Dagenhart, the focal point of this offensive attack right now. Left hand, oh, he's got it all. Tyson Dagenhart is hot.
He just has such a great touch around the rim, can finish with either hand, can step out and shoot the tray, so makes this Boise State offense so much more versatile. Oh.
Quinn, hard screen, Welch flushes it. He's 16 for 16 from the field this season.
There's so much to like about this freshman, Jalen Quinn. Yesterday we saw flashes. I mean, he would come down the court, have a real grown man finish, but yet he would also come down the court and throw a really bad turnover. So that he shows flashes that he can be really good, and I think he will be really good.
Are these the same two teams that played yesterday? Because the shot making is on display right now.
For the sake of good TV, we love it.
10 shots, only 1 miss between the two. Norris trying to go for Welch, and it's batted away by Dagenhart. Leon Rice, year 13, signed an extension in the offseason. They'll keep him in Boise through 2027. Norris step back. That's just off. Shaver looking for his shot now. Great move, but a foul on St. Thomas. And that'll take us to our first timeout. The shots are falling for Boise State and Loyola Chicago, 12-9. The Broncos lead. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by VisitMyrtleBeach.com. Find where you belong at the beach. Final game of day number 2 here at the Myrtle Beach Invitational on the campus of Coastal Carolina University. Always enjoy being out here in Myrtle Beach. Boise State off to a great start offensively, 12-9 lead over Loyola Chicago. You look at what the Broncos did last year, 27 wins. Made it to the NCAA tournament for the 8th time in program history. Their 3rd under Leon Rice, but it was their first since 2015. He took them there in 13 and 15, and it had been a while, but back in 2022, and which is kind of crazy because they've been so consistent.
Yeah.
He's built such a good program out there, but back to the NCAA tournament last year, and they've got another chance. I mean, they still got to piece it together, but I think they've got a group that can go back.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think the key is Abo. I think that once he starts taking it to the next level, this team will go from good to, oh my goodness, Dagenhart is putting in work down low. But I think this team will go to the next level. Once he steps up his offensive production, I think for him it's all about getting comfortable. I mean, at Texas Tech, he did not play a significant role, but now he just has to get comfortable in this new role and learn how to adjust. That's great help.
Good feed across, 7 to shoot, and a turnover.
That's a great defensive possession from Boise. The help side, they were moving.
Almost taken back by Marquise Kennedy, who made his season debut last night.
Dagenhart going to work down low. Got his own rebound before that, but it's 5 foot in. Might as well count that a buck. You got to look for him right now, though.
Here he is again. They'll double this time. Abo. Rice cut off. Oh, and he throws it away. Not quite on the same page as Shaver.
Right there, Rice should have swung it one more. He tried to go where the ball comes. Whenever the ball is swung on the perimeter, do not go towards where the ball came from. Go opposite because the defense is in help trying to recover.
Kennedy for three. Rebound Shaver. Oh, spinning. Marcus Shaver to the rack, but too strong on the layup. Jaden Dawson, the freshman. Oh, shielding and finishing with the right hand.
Loyola has some very talented freshman guards. When you look at Dawson, you look at Quinn, these guys are very talented. They get to the cup easily. They have great athleticism, just great feel for the game. Look at this finish right here from Jaden Dawson. Yesterday he had a nice little flush in transition right there. Great hang, extension on the layup. Loyola Chicago, they're going to be in good hands in a few years.
Rice goes off for Boise State. One note on Loyola when we went to that last break, the foul on St. Thomas was his second. So that's one starter that's going to have to sit for the majority of this first half. Lucas Milner's in for Boise State, who did start the first 3 games of the year. Dagenhart contested 3. Nice rebound there by Welch. Pass off the mark and back off Golden. It's just a kind of sloppy too. I mean, a lot of these are unforced.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's the Achilles heel of this Loyola team. I mean, if you take care of the basketball, you might have had a different outcome yesterday. You might win the game. I think that they continuously hurt themselves by giving the ball to the other team. And like you said, they're unforced. It's not like they're being pressured. It's just bad basketball and bad decisions.
Contested 3. Own rebound there from Sheldon Edwards. Eight to shoot. Kennedy calling for help. Kennedy over Dagenhart. Rebound goes to Dagenhart. Inside, Milner might have been blocked by Golden. A nice recovery.
You know, I think part of the problem with Loyola is, as crazy as this sounds, I think a lot of times their turnovers might come from being a little too unselfish, right? Which it sounds crazy, but sometimes you just got to put the ball up.
Like that?
Just like that. Okay. You got to put the ball up and not try to make the extra pass. I mean, the extra pass is good, but sometimes being a little too unselfish can cause you to turn the ball over, and I think that's a part of their turnovers.
Looking for Milner, just over the top of Edwards, and Gonga's too strong. Dagenhart is everywhere. Shaver floater. Oh, that's pretty. Welch. They got a foul first. A little push in the back on the spin. Well, back and forth we go.
Sheldon Edwards, he's not new to this. He is true to this on the other side. Marcus Shaver. Float game.
Loyola Chicago trailing Boise State by 2. The Ramblers back in the NCAA tournament for the 3rd time in the last 4 tournaments, obviously canceled in 2020, but losing in the first round to Ohio State. It was the first for Drew Valentine as a 30-year-old leading his team there. The one thing I love is his perspective on this program, and one thing he said was how much he appreciates what Porter Moser did here and the support that they have from that athletics department, everything that's gone into the program and the facilities. But his nod to Porter Moser about what they built, and you got to give credit to Drew Valentine because I think he's going to keep it there and continue to keep it there.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of Loyola Chicago basketball, the one word that comes to mind is toughness. I mean, these guys are always tough. No matter what goes on, no matter what happens throughout the game, they're always in a ball game because they just play with that amount of grit. And I think Coach Valentine is literally the same thing. He's going to have the same type of structure, the same type of fight that Porter Moser had and that Porter Moser instilled in his players.
Alston, he can really do it all. He's a dangerous player, a junior from Columbus, Ohio, a Division II transfer. Boise State looking for an answer. Milner working on Welch. It's just physical down there. Over the top, rims out, and Gonga's blocked by Alston. Oh, a couple athletes going at it.
I love Alston's game. I love what he brings to the table and just the energy and the passion and the motor that he plays with.
Didn't pick him up, gets the shooter's roll, Marcus Shaver.
Finally gets one to go in. Has been struggling this season. But he finally sees one go in. I know that's a good feeling.
Alston, strong take, misses, and now he's on the floor. Gonga has a size advantage. Shaver, step back.
That's tough.
Ooh, missed it by quite a bit. Edwards back for Welch. Can he keep it going? That's the first miss of the season for him. He was 16 of 16 from the field and 1 for 1 from 3. 4 games in, not bad time to get your first miss, I guess.
Not a bad time, wasn't even a bad miss.
Rice, he misses. Good defense there from Norris. It's out and it belongs to Loyola. Dagenhart back in for Boise State. And Leon Rice, that was one thing, you know, a lot of games in a very short amount of time, 3 games in 4 days. Talked about figuring out some of that depth too, and you're seeing Sadrak and Gonga play some more minutes this weekend and start to be a part of the rotation a little bit, but it's their highest recruit program history, trying to get him more comfortable. Norris's 3 rims out. Abo, wild pass.
That's just not a great basketball play. It wasn't even open. I saw it from over here. That was not an open pass. That's a horrible play.
Kennedy trying to escape pressure. 10 to shoot. Chase Whiting all over Norris. Here's a 3. Rhythm jumper, Jaden Dawson.
I like the confidence that we see from Dawson. The athleticism, the confidence. I think he's going to be a really good player for Loyola.
Smith's three off the mark, Alston rebounds. It's two programs in some ways similar with player development. I mean, they can bring guys in and turn them into conference player of the year type guys, pros, etc. And it's Loyola up one right now.
Jay Dawson. Get used to hearing his name, Loyola fans.
Well, everybody gets the day off in Myrtle Beach tomorrow to enjoy some college football and take in the sights. We've got our championship on Sunday, UMass and Charlotte, 1 Eastern on ESPN2. And I think when I saw your bracket before we started, that's who you had in the championship, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm always accurate, man. Never wrong.
Third place game will be Murray State Tulsa Sunday. That'll kick things off Sunday, 10:30 a.m. on ESPNU, followed by that championship at 1 Eastern, UMass and Charlotte. 49ers are 4-0 for the first time since 2012, and they might be the most impressive team in this thing.
Man, they surprised me with the way they played. The way they moved the ball is just a beautiful thing to watch.
And defensively, it's Ron Sanchez, a disciple of Tony Bennett, and they look like a baby Virginia on defense. Who Virginia play tonight?
I don't know.
They played.
You're not going to get that out of me, Chucky.
Dagenhart trying to go back to work. Already 8 points in this one. Bryce Golden trying to hold him down, and then there is a travel on Abo.
It's the right call. On the spin, took the extra step. Abo just needs to slow down a little bit. He just plays a little too fast. He tries to make decisions that just aren't there. He needs to slow down just a little bit. He's a good player, great size. He just needs to slow down his mind just a little bit. What they say, think fast, move slow.
Kennedy, Alston, just rising up too strong. Nice rebound by Smith. Rice, tough floater, offensive board. Abo wants to keep it, he missed it.
It's not a bad look right there. I'm cool with that one. Took his time, surveyed what he had. Decent shot, not mad at that one.
4.5 minutes since the last point for Boise State. Golden with a little deception here, and he airballs it.
Oh.
Dagenhart, long way out. Just misses. Kennedy gets the rebound. Both teams offensively slowing down right now. Boise State 1 for their last 9, Loyola 1 for their last 8. And there's a timeout for Drew Valentine to talk things over. Kind of had to, both of these teams got to sit around all day and wait for the 9:30 start. And they both got out to a quick start, but now you're feeling that late night vibe here in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, late night games are always the hardest ones I feel like to play. Either late night or early morning ones. So either the 11 a.m.s or we were never successful at 11 a.m. at Baylor. Or like the 9:30, like 7 o'clock is normally the normal time where games start, 6 to 7. But anything past that, 8:30, 9:30, yeah, it's not the best, not the easiest to overcome because it's just out of your rhythm. You know, it's not the norm because you're used to the same thing every single time. Your game day routine, okay, I know I got to be back at the arena an hour and a half before. I know I'm getting this much sleep, this much rest before I head back to the arena. But now it just kind of throws you off. And the slightest things that throw you off can really mess you up.
Loyola traveled well. credit to the Boise State fans, too. They had quite the trip to South Carolina. And that's a turnover on the inbound. And that is coach's nightmare right there.
Speaking of travel well, I need one of those scarves that the Loyola fans have.
Yeah.
Can I get a scarf? I don't know what I would wear it with, but I don't know what I'd wear it with, but I would love a scarf. I'd love to represent.
Milner working on Welch. Left hand rims out. That was, the iron was unkind. Thomas. Both teams a little cold right now. Boise State started pass. 5 for 5. 3 for their last 18, and there's Degenhardt to snap that streak.
Ball needs to go to Kennedy right now. Kennedy needs to get the ball. It needs to get him in action where he can create, get to his mid-range pull-up.
Dawson blocked by Milner. Great defensive play and gets the rebound. And Gonga, two-hand flush. The freshman running the floor. Great vision from Shaver.
You need to get Austin back in the game right now. Loyola struggling to score. Get Austin back in the game. Control the tempo. Try to go to him on a low block. But you got to get Austin back in this game right now.
Six to shoot. Oh, another three from the freshman Dawson. Jaden Dawson playing with some confidence right now.
I love the confidence. I mean, I think it stemmed a little bit from yesterday when he got the few minutes that he had. He played extremely well. Got the dunk in transition, which kind of blew us both away. But his confidence is exuding.
Degenhardt working on Thomas. Little bump. And the baby hook.
You're just too small down there. That's what Degenhardt is saying. Backing him all the way down, getting that great position.
And Gonga got a piece of it. They do take it away. Sadrock and Gonga in transition, and it's a block call. They're going to wave off the shot.
I hate that call.
Ooh, Kennedy paid for it, too. Tyson Degenhardt, a dozen for Boise State. 25-23, they lead it. Tyson Degenhardt off to a fantastic start, leading the way with 12 points. He's been everywhere, King. Scoring a lot of different ways, too.
Yeah, I mean, just the versatility. I mean, being able to step out and shoot the three. He has such a great touch around the rim. Can finish on either shoulder, but not just scoring. I mean, rebounding, defensively, getting out in transition, running. He's definitely made his presence felt.
Well, he's also taken advantage of the new NIL rules in college sports.
There we go.
Partnered with a local bakery in Boise called Pastry Perfection to come up with the Degenhardt Dozen. And that looks delicious.
Yeah, that does look, that looks pretty good. The Degenhardt Dozen. If I ever go to Boise, Idaho, I will go to Pastry Perfection and get the dozen. Even though I'm not going to eat the dozen, I'm just going to get it in support of him. Probably give them away, honestly. Probably eat like one and give the rest away.
I love the community, though, in Boise. Have not been there to do a game or watch a game, but when you ask people around the program that know it, it's such a great community, so much support for the university, and you see it in something like that.
Yeah, I actually went down there last year for the first time I did a game. They played Air Force, and you kind of felt that. You felt the atmosphere. Everybody's in support of the basketball program, and for the longest, Boise was known for their football team, just the blue field, and that was, wow. That was,
goodness, Jalen Quinn, how on earth?
Yeah, the field was almost as beautiful as that layup right there, but the blue field, the blue turf, and now, I mean, their basketball team is starting to be consistent every single year and be good.
Something tells me he's not going to finish with a dozen. Eight to shoot. Oh, Shaver with the split. Off balance, but there was a foul first. Jacob Hudson, his first. Najee Smith in for Ngonga. Ngonga is someone who they are going to be looking forward to developing because he has all the physical traits and tools. This is a program that can do it. Rice, short. Oh, nice hustle there. Welch didn't get the rebound, but he kept it alive. It was kind of, he was a tremendous goalie in high school, and that was kind of like a little diving stop from the goalie there. Ripped away by Shaver. He's got Rice with him. Scoop layup, good, and one chance for Max Rice.
Now that's just not a great foul right there. Quinn is a freshman. In a situation like that, you just give up the two or you make sure that he cannot get the layup up. But right there, let's take a look at this. It's just, this is not a good foul. You're not in a position to do anything. What does that foul do? The little tic-tac foul, an and one. Either grab him to where he cannot get the ball up or don't foul at all. But right there, your small love tap that you gave him did nothing but now put you down by 3 instead of 2. And the 1 point can come back and bite you. He has to be a better player than that and make smarter decisions. But he's a freshman, he'll learn.
Couple freshmen out there in Dawson and Quinn. Quinn trying to make up for it. Good pass, extra one to Norris. A little craftier from Norris, but he missed it. I think it went off of Milner in the end.
Look at the move. Ooh, the behind the back, so smooth. Then he got a shot blocked. But it's okay, because it's still Loyola's ball.
Whiting replaces Shaver. Minute 7 to play in the first half. Tipped around and almost the second turnover on an inbound pass from Loyola tonight. Dawson again. He is playing with a ton of confidence as Alston trying to keep it alive, and it stays at this end.
That matchup between Alston and Najee Smith. That's a great matchup. Two guys who give their all every single time they step on this basketball court. Take a look at this rebounding battle. These guys are fighting right now. Two guys who play with such a high motor, a high intensity level. You love to see them compete and go at it.
Trying to wipe up the floor over where Smith went down. Norris almost lost his footing there. Freshman trying to connect. Quinn airmails it.
Those are the mistakes, the freshman mistakes. Going a little bit too fast, had nowhere to go right there and just threw it. If you're going to drive, at least know where you're going, know where your teammates are. Always be able to keep your head up so you can locate the open man.
How do you fix this problem? How do you fix turnovers?
For us at Baylor, it was a whole bunch of running, a whole bunch of punishment that came with turnovers.
Abo, there it is, the three. They're confident it is going to come for him, and it does right there. Boise State up 6, little 6-0 run over the last 57 seconds.
Yeah, that's a great sign. Only thing I'll say is, Abo, you have not shot the three well. Celebrating is cool, but be a little bit more consistent.
I'm here for it.
Be a little more consistent before you start throwing up the sign. You don't throw up a sign unless you're shooting up over 35 or 40%. Then you can throw up whatever you want to throw up. But if you're shooting below 20,
It's one thing as a team They have just not shot the three. That's what's interesting too with Boise State is lose last night to Charlotte by 12 and could not score. 31.5% from the field, 22%, just under 22% from three. It was actually worse field goal wise in the first than it was in the second. And they really didn't get it going that much in the second either. I think they've got the guys. It's just, what's odd is it's a collective struggle.
I mean, it was just one of those games. I mean, if you play basketball long enough, you know some games the ball falls, some games it just doesn't. There's a lid on it. It was just one of those nights where nothing could go right.
6 to shoot. Welch driving, handoff. Austin! Oh, they all met him at the rim, and there's a foul called. If you play in the A-10 and Loyola's coming to your building, you better be careful around the rim when Philip Alston has it.
The way that he just powers up no matter who's around, he has NBA level athleticism. That is an NBA level athlete right there.
He's only 6'6", which is what's crazy. I mean, he plays bigger. He plays like a 6'8", 6'9" guy.
If Austin was 6'8" or 6'9", he would be no doubt an NBA player.
Trying to trim one off this lead with 2.5 seconds left in the first half, and does. 1 for 2 at the stripe. Kennedy replaces Thomas, trying to protect him right now with those 2 fouls. What do the Broncos have in store? Shaver, long pass. Abo did not, maybe he did, doesn't matter either way, as it's off the mark. Boise State 31-26. They lead it at halftime. Loyola Chicago 8 turnovers, which is actually off of their pace. The offense has slowed down a little bit, but we've got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, they have to do a better job of. They're not turning it over, but they have to do a better job of getting into their offense and getting easier buckets. Because even when they aren't turning it over, it still looks like their offense is just not clicking the way that it should. And for Boise, I mean, we saw a lot of positives, but Abo being able to hit 2 threes in the first half, probably the biggest takeaway from their first half play.
Well, the freshman Jaden Dawson off the bench for Loyola leads them with 8 points. On the other side, it's Tyson Dagenhart, who had a tremendous start. He's got 12 points, 3 rebounds to lead the Broncos. It's halftime here at the Myrtle Beach Invitational. Boise State 31, Loyola Chicago 26. We'll be back. Well, Loyola Chicago has the scarves. Boise State has the Broncos stocking hats. Also digging that. The Broncos lead at 31-26 at halftime. Highlights and stats are coming up. You're watching ESPN's Feast Week presented by Lowe's. Welcome back to the 2022 Myrtle Beach Invitational. Loyola Chicago trailing Boise State 31-26 at halftime at the HTC Center on the campus of Coastal Carolina University. Alongside the former Baylor guard King McClure, I am Chucky Kemp. Takeaways from the first half. Loyola Chicago still some turnover troubles, not quite the pace that they're on to meet their season average, but what did you think from half number 1?
Yeah, I mean, Loyola cut down the turnovers. I mean, they still had some, especially in key moments, but they cut it down for the most part. Boise State, Abo is playing much better offensively, and this is what they need from him. In order to get to the next level as a team, he has to be good night in, night out. He has to be able to score the ball. His confidence is slowly starting to come. He saw 2 threes go in the first half. It's a great sign for Boise.
Well, Tyson Dagenhart, that's a good sign too. He's the reigning Mountain West Freshman of the Year, and he's off to a hot start.
Yeah, I mean, he got it done early. Just offensively rebounding the ball. He gets in that mid-paint area. You might as well count that as an automatic bucket because he has such great touch around the rim. Can finish with either hand. Just really impressive overall. And for Loyola, James Dawson. They have a lot of guys on their team, but this freshman is starting to step up. He's got it rolling a little bit yesterday, but 2 big threes in crucial moments of the game. You could just see his confidence slowly starting to grow and grow.
Degenhardt, an offensive rebound already and can't get the putback. There's a foul, though, I think they got on Tom Welch. Our first half stats brought to you by Dollar General. Loyola Chicago 5% off the pace set by Boise State. The Broncos just 4 turnovers, though, and in the paint big time, and a lot of that is Degenhardt. Shaver at the logo with 6 to shoot. Abo, can he see another one go down? Too strong. Alston saves it. Norris, first shot of the second half. Alston rebound, physical move, and the two-handed flush.
The athleticism on display right there. Philip Alston with a grown man rebound and a grown man finish.
Lead down to 3. Alston with the steal now. Pokes it to Norris. Alston running the floor, calling for it. Norris, quick 3. Good rebound there by Smith, and he knew Alston was bearing down on him.
Norris has struggled shooting the ball from 3 in the start of this season, but I wouldn't be worried. I mean, a career shooter over 40% year after year. So I wouldn't be worried about the early season struggles.
First foul on Norris. Abo. Rice has 5. He's just 1 for 4 from the field, but he adds to that 7 points for Max Rice.
It's a really tough finish. I mean, the pump fake, the step through, really didn't have a good angle. Just threw it up there, but that's a good finish.
Alston. Contact and the finish. Philip Alston is growing into quite the player for Loyola early in the season.
I've been so impressed by him. And just a grown man down low.
Abo likes this matchup with Norris. They bring the double into Shaver. It's taken away by St. Thomas. Quinn going baseline, and a blocking foul is called on Max Rice. It's Rice's first.
Get the ball to Alston right here. He's rolling. Last 2 drives, get the ball, put him in space, and let him create.
Here he is, trying to go downhill. Good defense by Degenhardt. 6 to shoot. Norris fell down, travel. First turnover in the second half.
He did get fouled right here. I mean, it's a close one. I probably would have given him the foul.
Was it the body or the feet?
I think it was more so when Shaver swiped down, he kind of pulled him down a little bit. Shaver
working on Alston. It's a fight for it now, and Golden's the one that comes up with it. Norris had to dribble, and he traveled. They just rush a little. I mean, it just seems like sometimes Loyola is getting sped up, and I think it's somewhat, they just want to move the ball. They want to keep things rolling, but it ends up being them getting a little bit ahead of themselves at time.
Yeah, it's what I kind of said earlier. You have to be able to think fast but move slow. And right now they're thinking fast and moving a little too fast.
And there's 11 new players on this team from a year ago. Abo again. He's got 10 points, his second triple.
And that is what this Boise State team needs. They need him to be able to knock down the score. They need a consistent scorer who can give it to them, give them about 10 to 15 every single night.
Four to shoot, Norris fading. Rims out, Alston rises above the rest. The shot attempt on the way up is blocked, but there's a foul first. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
This is what they need from this guy. Abo starting to heat up. And it's gonna get dangerous.
The Boise State fans feeling a little better than Loyola Chicago right now, but both teams, decent little fan base here, and this is always, as a fan traveling here, this game, certainly the 7th place game on Sunday for probably the players and coaches. It's, I think for the players, maybe an awkward spot to be in because you get the day off, you just lost 2, and that game feels pretty important or you're gonna have a miserable plane ride home.
Yeah, especially depending on who your coach is. That could be a trip that you probably don't want to be a part of, especially that next practice when you get back to your campus. You might be in for a whole lot of cardio, as I could say.
Obviously, these two teams, yeah, you're not going to go play in the championship. Abo almost is fouled on the 3-point attempt. 3 shots coming up for him. Yeah, the championship's out of reach now, but at this point, you're playing a quality opponent who I think down the stretch is going to become a very good win on your resume. These are still important games coming up.
Yeah, I mean, as we see this foul right here, this is a confident shot from Abo. This is what happens when you knock down a few. But you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing a good opponent. And if you're playing for nothing else, you're playing for pride. I mean, you don't want to go home 0-3, especially in a tournament. Like I said, you're A&M. You're a top 25 team in the country. You come out here, you get beat the first game, you get smacked the second game. Okay, well, now you're just playing for pride, man. Like, you have to be a man and battle for the next game because nobody wants to go home sad that way, especially a team who has had all the hopes and the expectations of actually winning this thing.
St. Thomas to the bench with 3 fouls, and Abo connects on all 3. Alston, a lot of contact, hands off, and rims in for Jacob Hudson. Abo's starting to feel it now, and he's fouled again on the jump shot, this time for 2. He already has a career-high 13. And a chance to add to it.
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of this guy. You can tell his confidence is growing by him making shots because, I mean, even then, he kind of thought about passing it. He needs to go straight into it, but I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Leon Rice has to be happy as well. Shabuzo Agbo So one thing you know is he's coming out of a good program at Texas Tech, that his toughness, that his defense, it's had a tremendous amount of success. And yeah, he didn't have a huge role for the Red Raiders, but he was in a good culture. And he comes to another good culture in Boise State where he has a chance to make a bigger impact in his third college season. Hudson. Kennedy, good connection here. Back to Hudson, and Alston saves the day. He was going up for that again, going to the rim. He's always looking to dunk.
You love it. You love to see a guy just play with that much tenacity. He was definitely going to dunk that one.
Alston gets the first free throw to rattle around. California, University of Pennsylvania D2 school, where he played 2 years. He was a third-team All-American at the Division II level last year. 21 points, 11 rebounds per game.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in Division II being able to do anything with that young man right there.
Degenhart passing out of trouble. Rice. Oh, he felt that one. You could see him trotting down the court. He knew that was going in. Nine points, the largest lead for Boise State.
If you're Loyola, you're kind of getting into the danger zone. You can either shrink this lead or it can expand. But you have to be able to create, and I think this is your guy right here.
Oh, it's blocked by Degenhart. Now Rice going to the hoop, stripped away. It'll stay at that end.
Rice right here. Don't leave that man open at all. And on the other side, we talked about Degenhart coming in from the break and his offensive abilities, but his defense on display tonight too.
Rice, deep three. Air ball.
That one might have been tipped. Rice shoots the ball very low. Shoots it from almost his chin. So it might have been tipped.
He goes off for Marcus Shaver. There's Max with his dad, the head coach, Leon Rice, who said when he first brought him in, he said he called other coaches that he knew that had done it, that had coached their sons, and he said they kind of start out telling you how tough it is, but at the end they say it's the best experience and it's awesome. I think he's enjoyed it. He also said it kind of feels like, you know, you're so proud of the other guys too that aren't your sons. It feels like he's got a bunch of them out there.
I can just imagine how hard that is though. Because you want to be a dad, you want to be able to tell your son what he did wrong and be able to pull your son to the side and talk to him like a father, but you also have to remember that you can't show special treatment to just your son. You have to still be able to be a coach and coach your son just as hard as you coach all the other players. So I can just imagine how tough that is.
Leon told us that on our call this week. He said one of the guys was, Max was sitting next to one of his teammates in the locker room, and coach went by and said something like, hey, you coming by for dinner tonight or something like that, and the teammate said, oh yeah, I forgot, that's your dad. Alston, great defense again. Degenhart's done a really nice job defensively as well. He hasn't scored in the second half. Milner.
Oh, wow.
Physical move, and it is a travel.
That's an interesting call. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. Yeah, that right foot came up.
actually thought they might have called displacement there. And an offensive foul originally. Fader. Oh, it's a great move. Jaden Dawson says, hold on a minute. I've got something to offer here.
You know, the one thing I think Jaden Dawson provides for this team is Loyola doesn't have too many guys who can get a shot off by themselves. They don't have too many shot creators. So I think Jaden Dawson provides a shot creator, because a lot of times when you need a bucket, if you're in need, you have to be able to rely on somebody to be able to get their own shot, and I think Dawson can do that.
It's the 4th foul on St. Thomas. Loyola's got work to do. Jaden Dawson hoping to be a part of it, but Boise State up 7. Can't wait for Kentucky Gonzaga on Sunday. All kinds of good games in college basketball tonight. Virginia beats Baylor by 7 after they were tied at halftime, and then a huge run by Virginia to start the second half. The one that probably no one thought was going to be any good was Kansas Southern Utah, and the Jayhawks barely survived and ended up winning by 6. I think this is, it doesn't have the rankings, but these two programs head-to-head, I just love this matchup. Boise State and Loyola Chicago. Shaver's 3 no good. Offensive rebound taken away by Jalen Quinn. Long pass, risky. Great focus by Alston.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That was bizarre. Najee Smith came flying by and ended up hanging on the rim. On Loyola Chicago's rim.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy play right there. But look at Alston right here. First off, this is a tough catch. And yeah, it's 1-on-5 down there, 1-on-4. I like the fight, though. I mean, a guy who's fighting that hard consistently every single time he's on the court, you have to respect him.
Smith, Abo, contested jumper, rebound Alston. Norris, elbow jumper. It's not going right now. Boise State 3.5 minutes without a point though. Degenhart, can he fix that? Great move, baseline, as he goes around Tom Welch. Quinn mid-range, that rims off. Shaver, another rebound. Abo wide open. Cash. It's a 12-point lead for Boise State. Shabuzo Abo. The career high continues to grow. He's up to 18 on the night.
Shabuzo Abo. Letting it fly from 3, and just look at the confidence right now. It looks good on him. What a night from Shabuzo Abo. He is letting that thing go from 3 and mid-range. You can just tell the more shots he makes, the more confidence that he's getting. Struggle coming into this game, but I like this. It's a good sign for Boise State. I know Coach Rice is extremely happy, because when this guy can get rolling, this team goes to another level.
Our game track is brought to you by Visit Myrtle Beach. Boise State better from the field tonight than they were against Charlotte for sure. It's a more balanced attack. Abo has 18, 14 for Degenhart. Rice has 10. Marcus Shaver just 5 points. He's gotten on the glass, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Question right now, does Loyola Chicago have any answers? Into Alston, who dropped it. They would say there was a bump first. The 4th team foul against Boise State.
Boise State has done a great job on Austin right now. They're really limiting his touches, and when he actually does catch it, they're making it hard for him. One thing about Austin, and one thing I'll say about his game, he doesn't really have a left hand. So any single time he shoots the ball, he's always trying to get back to his right hand because his left hand is very non-existent, to be honest. So they're doing a great job of recognizing that and forcing them into tough shots.
Degenhart, there's the left hand. A great finish from the big man.
That's a tough finish. Degenhart just having himself a night, playing really well.
Ten to shoot, Marquise Kennedy has it. Tough mid-range, almost lost the handle. Rice gets the rebound.
You know, Chucky, to be successful in college basketball, I think that you have to be able to have players, have guards, wings, who can create their own shot. And I do not think Loyola Chicago has enough of those guys. I think they need more guys who can just say, forget a play, late shot clock, go get a bucket, kind of like the Sam Griffins or the Brandon Bettons that we saw at Tulsa. You need guys to be able, as we see a great hustle right there from Degenhart, but you need guys to be able to create their own shot. Oh my goodness.
Another one for Abo.
Oh my good. Look, now he can celebrate, Chucky. He's hit about 5. Now you can celebrate. Now you can start throwing up the signs. You earned it.
21 points. Abo's Boise State coming out party. Foul inside. It's Shabuzo Abo's night. He has to have Broncos fans elated right now watching what he's doing. Out of nowhere, this is a 17-point game. 10-0 run of the last 2 minutes. That's the third on Max Rice. Loyola needs answers, and they need them in a hurry. Dawson, you said it. You need the shot creator. He has shown it a little bit. That time, forced up the three. Long pass over Degenhart, and they give one right back. That'll take us to a timeout, 7:56 to play. Boise State trying to run away with this final game of day number 2 at the Myrtle Beach Invitational. Not done tonight, the Myrtle Beach Invitational. Sunday we're back. We get the day off tomorrow, but then back on Sunday, the 5th place game is where the winner of this one is headed, where they'll take on Colorado at 7 Eastern on ESPN News. 4:30 Eastern over on, or right here on ESPN Plus, I should say, is the 7th place game, which is where the loser of this will take on Texas A&M. And if things don't change in a hurry, it will be Loyola Chicago and Texas A&M. Ramblers have 7:56 to go. Long couple days. We get to come and go a little bit, but our crew is here all day long. They've done a tremendous job. St. Thomas misses, and the woes continue for Loyola right now. 4 minutes and 25 seconds without a made shot, without a point. Degenhart skips it. Abo, little handoff, and Alston meeting Lucas Milner at the rim with the hard foul.
Oh my.
Second on Alston. I love it though. I mean, I don't need the charges. I want to see guys going at each other at the rim.
That looked like it was all ball from that angle.
Milner's first free throw off the mark. 0 for 4 there this season so far. 5th year out of Olathe, Kansas. First-year starter. Started at Johnson County Community College near his hometown. Morris, and they got Shaver for a foul. That's Shaver's second. What is it with Loyola's offense? I mean, when you watch them offensively, what stands out that leads to some of the struggles?
I think they just play the system type of basketball. I think they're all about running their sets, almost a little too robotic at times. They don't have enough guys who can just break off the play. And I know it sounds crazy, like break off the play, yeah. Sometimes you have to just be able to go get a bucket in situations like this. They're almost a little too robotic to the point to where they're just trying to run the play and not really looking to be aggressive and trying to pick their spots. Oh, that's really confident.
Oh my goodness. Abo's had all the spots tonight.
Wow.
He can't miss right now. He's tripled his former career high of 8. He's got 24.
Wow. Now this is just pure confidence from Abo right here. The bounce back. He's hunting his shot. At first, yesterday we saw him running away from it, shying away from his shot. Now he is hunting it. He is looking for it at every single moment.
I mean, Boise State, around their program, is a really nice take from Shaver, would tell you they've seen it. They think it can come for Abo, scoring the ball, shooting the ball. We saw him a lot at Texas Tech, and you didn't get the sample size, so you never got to see anything like this, but this doesn't look like a fluke. I mean, this looks like a guy who can have a big year.
Yeah.
Shaver takes it away, now in transition, going hard at the rim, and he's fouled by Welch. 2 shots coming up for Marcus Shaver. Third on Welch. Shaver, the 5th year out of Phoenix, Arizona, started his career at Portland where he was exceptional and then came to Boise State. It's got to feel good for Boise State. Good, barring a wild comeback. It'd be a really good win for them early in the season, and to bounce back from yesterday, even more impressive.
Yeah, it's all about response. I think in tournaments like this, you learn a lot about your team because, normally, Chucky, you play a game and you have to wait 3-4 days to play. But in this type of setting, you play a game, you have another one the next day, another one the day after. So I think you learn a lot about your team quickly, how much they want to compete, how resilient are they, what would their response be after getting popped in the mouth, or if you have a big win, how will you respond to success? So I think these type of events, type of tournaments tell you a lot about your team.
Dawson thought about another one. St. Thomas out there with 4 fouls right now for Loyola. Here's Quinn. Right hand too strong. It's knocked out off Loyola. Boise State basketball.
It's one of those things where you need a bucket if you're Loyola. But who do you go to get a bucket? And I'm sitting over here trying to figure this out. I really don't know who you would go to right now to go get a bucket because they don't have enough guys who can create.
Dagenhart 3. A whistle, and they got Smith on the rebound. His second. Loyola in the bonus here. For Leon Rice, it'll be win number 246 of his career. His 13th season. Mountain West Coach of the Year last year. St. Thomas hits the first one. Thomas and Dawson on the court together, both Omaha, Nebraska products for Loyola Chicago. under 5 to play. Oh, man. Yeah, that right in front of us, Abo.
But you see, that's tough because what else were you supposed to do right there? It wasn't intentional. The guy was in his space. I remember they used to have the cylinder rule. I mean, you're in the guy's cylinder as soon as you catch. Like, what more? That's not intentional. That's just a basketball move. What more do you want him to do right there?
Quinn pumped and he missed it point blank. They've had some of those too where they've missed some layups, and then it's all kind of a chain of events for them. I mean, they've missed some easy ones, and then you lose some confidence. Shaver might have been trying to rise up there.
Shaver showing his athleticism. I mean, on some of these finishes, he's definitely gotten high, gotten some airtime.
He's the 4th Bronco into double figures. That's blocked by Smith. Abo up Rice. Dagenhart trailing, and a hard foul by Dawson. Dagenhart a little slow to get up, and love to see that from Jaden Dawson, helping him up as well.
It's a hard foul right here. Good pass and transition. It's a hard foul. Surprised the refs aren't really going to look at this one because it didn't look like Dawson was going for the ball. I don't think it was dirty per se, but didn't look like he was going for the ball.
Dagenhart misses the first, just a sophomore. 9 times last year. He was the Mountain West Freshman of the Week. 10 points, 4 rebounds in his debut season in Boise. Head scratcher for Drew Valentine. I imagine what's going through his head right now. They've got some things to work on. He knows it. He said they are a work in progress. Trying to figure things out right now. Good shot there from Sheldon Edwards. It's a guy who I think I was expecting to see a little more out of this weekend. Just even being on the court. A Valparaiso transfer who averaged over 11 points per game last year, is familiar with Loyola because of the time in the Missouri Valley. Dagenhart in trouble, and they're going to call a foul on Bryce Golden. That's going to take us to our final media timeout. That was a 5-point game at halftime at Boise State. 16-point differential in the second half. They lead by 21. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by VisitMyrtleBeach.com. Find where you belong at the beach. All kinds of crazy stuff to do here in Myrtle Beach. We'll get to find that out tomorrow. Abo, and Boise State going to be feeling a little bit better now going into that off day. After a tremendous performance from him, 24 points. He's still got a few minutes to add to that total as well. Dagenhart at the line. They've got 4 in double figures now. Dagenhart second with 18 points. He was the one that got off to the tremendous start. 12 points in the first half, and a lot of those came first 8 minutes of the game. He hits both at the line. He's up to 19 on the night.
But, I mean, not only has he been so good offensively, it's the way he's been able to shut down Austin in the second half. Use his body, just be a physical presence, be able to rebound. It's been really impressive on both sides of the floor.
Great hustle there by Edwards to get his own miss. And Golden going to work. Dagenhart goes down, offensive foul.
Let's see if you made contact. Boom. Yep, that's the right call. Normally they say you get one bump and then fall after on the second. But that's the right call. He hit him. He fell on the first one. charged.
Abo over the top, missing, and then it goes off Dagenhart. Boise State 65 points tonight, and some big nights for Abo and Dagenhart. They've only had 5 guys score. And Gonga, the only one off the bench to score, and he only has 2. Milner back in. There's Golden, a Butler transfer, spinning. Comes over, Max Rice helping and whistled for a foul. That's Rice's 4th. 2:17 to play. Bryce Golden goes to the line. Grad student. Played 4 years at Butler where he started 88 career games. Played 11 minutes last night, 2 points, 3 rebounds. And he can have an impact. He's an extremely experienced player. Best game came against UIC this year, 12 points, 7 boards in that win, 15 minutes off the bench. St. Thomas is done for the night. He just fouled out. Caleb Reese getting a chance, the freshman from Warren, Michigan. And this is his collegiate debut. Nolan Myrtle will also come on to make his debut for Loyola Chicago as Smith misses. Drew Valentine giving a couple of his reserves a chance as Jalen Quinn's night is done.
No, I'm always interested to see how these guys play. I mean, are you the type of guy that just going to run the offense, be thankful for your time, or you're trying to make the most of it and really get the shots up?
Will Smythe is also in. So 3 guys making their debuts. Golden inside with the left hand gets the roll. Good move from him inside. Backdoor cut by Smith, pretty good find. Now Abo, chance to add to his total. Dishing it off, and Milner, he wanted to poster it, but Nolan Myrtle wouldn't have it. 2 shots coming up for Lucas Milner.
I'd have been a nasty poster had he made that. It would have been a nasty poster.
Milner now, it's his first make at the free throw line this year. He's 1 for 6, and Boise State will also bring in a couple subs. And Gonga and Kobe Young, who's actually a 3-star recruit as a wide receiver in high school, elected to play basketball instead. I'm sure they're happy to have him. Burke Smith is in, a redshirt sophomore for Boise State, his first action of the season. Golden will take a 3. Nice rebound there by Najee Smith.
Golden's getting his shots up right now. Not looking shy at all.
Well, for Boise State, can this be the launching point for their season? Can this put them off on a right track right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you win today, win the game tomorrow. I mean, you walk away from this tournament 2-1.
Shot by Ngonga. They love to see that. We said it. He's got all the tools. He could be a serious problem.
He does. I mean, at 6'9", 6'10", he's almost like a 2K player. To be able to play on the perimeter.
Side shot blocked. It's taken away, though. Edwards going right back to the hoop and lays it in. the turnover's not as big of an issue for Loyola Chicago tonight. They had 14, and I would say we talked about it at times unforced. But that was better. It's just a matter of shot making as that's thrown away by Whiting.
I think it's a matter of shot making and just being able to create offense and not be so robotic on the offensive end. I think there was a time, it was a drought where they really struggled to put the ball in the hole and needed somebody to be able to get a bucket.
Golden is fouled inside. He'll get 2 shots with 10 seconds to go. It's going to be Loyola Chicago falling to 2-2. Boise State improving to 2-2. Boise State will meet Colorado in the 5th place game. A couple of the Western schools in the bracket going head-to-head. Mountain West Pac-12 matchup. Loyola Chicago will get Texas A&M. Somebody is going to have a rough weekend. Those are 2 teams who really need one. But tonight it was the Broncos' night. Their 2nd win of the season in really impressive fashion. The second half dominating performance for Leon Rice's team. 70-48 the final as they beat Loyola Chicago.
Today was a Chibuze Abo show. I think today was his coming out party, and one of those things, it's a good sign for Boise. I think his offensive efficiency and being able to knock down the tray ball and showing that he can actually add value on the offensive side is huge for Boise and huge for Coach Rice.
He could very well be the X factor. They've got some other pieces. Abo, if he can do what he did, or part of it, they are going to be very dangerous in the Mountain West. This is how it looks on the Consolation side. Colorado, Boise State in that 5th place game Sunday, 7 Eastern. That'll be the final game here in Myrtle Beach on ESPN News. On the other side, the championship, just like everybody thought it would be, it'll be UMass and Charlotte for all the marbles at the Myrtle Beach Invitational. 1 Eastern on ESPN2. Rich Hollenberg and Dane Bradshaw will bring that your way. That comes right after the 3rd place game between Murray State and Tulsa at 10:30 a.m. on ESPNU. Well, it's been a tremendous 2 days here in Conway, South Carolina, the campus of Coastal Carolina University. It is Loyola Chicago falling to Boise State, 70-48. Dominating performance by the Broncos. For King McClure, our producer Andrea Crawford, our director Nick Young, and our entire crew has done a tremendous job. I'm Chucky Kemp. So long, everybody.